not saying that only young people should solve climate change, and we're not saying that only the older generation could solve climate change. To solve climate change, we need intergenerational collaboration.
The people, the numbers, the passion which I saw people demonstrating even in the rains, the activism I saw, it was actually more than I expected.
When I got there, the discussions that were being made me furious, made me angry, made me disappointed. Like, why can't we just come to an agreement? And I just wanted to take the mic and speak, but I couldn't. We all had big expectations that we're going to get the results that we needed in order to combat climate change, and which is why I was excited. I wanted to be part of this story whereby we're able to get the right decisions and get the right agreements out of COP26. But most importantly, we also had expectations where the youth will be more engaged and they'll be able to meaningfully participate.
I know there are millions of young people, both in Nigeria and Africa, who are also affected by the impact of climate change, but who their voices are not represented at the conversations.
So my question to you today is your
For me, it was a privilege, and I made sure that I used the opportunity to shine light at to bring their voices.
Every child deserves access to good health and happiness.
One thing that I believe young people will carry with us every time we come to the room is the issue of urgency, because we go to the communities, we see the impact of climate change at the community, how people are suffering from this impact. So when we come to the room, whilst world leaders are considering business as usual, we want them to feel that yes, business has to go on, but this is real, this is happening, it's our future. And then we want to live in a livable planet like you are living now.
When you get into the negotiation rooms, young voices are not heard. We're not able to speak. We can be there in the room, we can be present and listening to the discussions that are being made, but we're not able to actually give our input. We're not able to say, okay, no, this is where you're going wrong. This is what we want. We need to agree on this. We don't really have a voice. We have other people speaking for us.
I'm someone who believes in action. I want to see you, commit to action. And pledge is just got that for me. We've seen world leaders pledge to meet $100 billion in climate finance by 2020. And it's 2021, we are nowhere near that. So pledge is not cut it for me.
The language, I believe, is not hard-hitting. It's not demanding enough for these countries to see the urgency with which they have to act to be able to fulfill even the commitments that they have made in their agreements. So I do acknowledge the progress, some progress that were made out of COP26, but I believe the language was not hard-hitting enough.
As we look forward to an African COP which will take place in Egypt, I think the African group of negotiators on climate change should be able to engage young people, shadow young people in the country's negotiation team.
I am entreating that as countries or parties have agreed to come again next year to review their nationally determined contribution, that more ambitious decisions are made to make sure we keep 1.5 alive.